Well, guys, we got some details on why exactly Jon Watts decided to walk away from Marvel's Fantastic Four and quit directing after already spending more than a year actively working on the film. And honestly, once you hear why, and once you start to just, get into his mindset, you're gonna understand why exactly this was probably the best choice. So this comes at us directly from Deadline, who has a pretty big update. So most of you know that Jon Watts, before Spider-Man, was literally a small indie director that nobody had on their radar. Marvel Studios specifically picked him despite what Sony was saying because they wanted to get somebody with a big name. They picked him because of his love for the comics and the type of film they wanted, but also because he was relatively unknown, and they figured they could give him a good boost, and also he could understand how the big system works. Over the course of the next more than half a decade, he would actively work on Spider-Man only, and nothing else. And as Deadline reports, this came because there was no bad blood between Marvel Studios or Sony or Disney or anybody. He essentially spent a year plus working on Fantastic Four and realized that he needs a break. He needs a break from superheroes, he needed a break from genre films, and he just needed to step away because he felt the burnout. Now again, an indie director who had maybe one notable, and I use notable in quotation marks, film to his name, suddenly got thrust into the world's most popular superhero today, having to tackle 3 films, working, meddling between studios, fighting one another, trying to, steal him from one another and all that. He's seen how Hollywood operates, and he said he felt the burnout, and it would not be fair if he was making this film when he wasn't feeling the pull or the love for it. Now, of course, he agreed to direct it before, but again, this was during that negotiation period, and more than likely seeing what Fantastic Four is going to take and how they probably want him for another half a decade, if not more, he probably just realized, I can't do another 5 to 8 years of just this and nothing else. And in the meantime, he's also been producing other stuff and trying to work on side projects. He probably got the full of, hey, I can make a smaller film, a passion project, or something else that's not superhero so I don't burn out. Again, I think everybody understands this. And from what is being said, there's literally no bad blood between anybody. Marvel Studios was pretty much like, perfect. You don't feel like you can do it? That's fine. We're going to support you. We believe we will work together again. You can go do whatever you want. Don't worry about it. We'll pick this up at another time. So this honestly sounds like he just had enough. He didn't want to deliver a subpar product and burn out on Fantastic Four and Marvel, and they said, you know what, it's probably for the best. Honestly, this is the best case scenario. I would have loved to see Jon Watts' Fantastic Four, but if he wasn't going to put his heart into it, I think he probably made the right call.